Everybody's talking about AI revolutionizing construction industry, predicting project delays, automating schedules, optimizing designs. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most construction companies or construction industry in general don't even have proper data. If you have ever worked on a real construction project, you know what? The data situation actually looks like files scattered everywhere. No central system, no consistency, and without data, AI is just empty hype. In this video, let's break down why AI isn't a magic button for construction, why data is the real foundation, and what the industry actually needs to do before jumping into the AI bandwagon. Over the past year, AI has become the favorite buzzword for every industry, and construction is no exception. You see the headlines like AI is transforming construction, or AI will replace planners, or even AI can finish your project faster and cheaper. It sounds like we are on the brink of a sci-fi revolution, right? But if you've actually been to a construction site, you know the reality looks a little different. Let's be honest, half the site still runs on paper checklist, progress is tracked in Excel sheets, and if something goes wrong, people check WhatsApp messages, not dashboard. Now don't get me wrong, AI has massive potential in our industry. But here's the truth, AI doesn't create intelligence out of thin air. It learns from data, from patterns that already exist in your past projects, reports, and site logs. The cleaner and more complete that data is, the better AI can understand your project and make accurate predictions. But if your project information is scattered across emails, PDF, and WhatsApp chats, then even the smartest AI won't know what's actually happening in the site. And guessing is not how we should be running multi-million-dollar projects. That's why before we talk about artificial intelligence, we first need to talk about data intelligence, because that's what sets the foundation for everything else. Construction is one of the most fragmented industries in the world. On any given project, you might have a client team, a design consultant, a BIM consultant, a general contractor, and multiple subcontractors. Each one has its own way of doing things, its own file formats, folder structures, and internal processes. And most of the time, these systems don't talk to each other. So even if you're capturing data, it ends up in silos. Design data sits in Revit or AutoCAD, procurement data in ERP systems, site progress is recorded in Excel, approvals on WhatsApp or email threads. By the end of the project, you have tons of information, but no structured data set that AI can learn from. Another challenge is that every project is unique. Unlike manufacturing, where you can repeat the same processes thousands of times, every building, every site, every location is different. That means data collected from one project isn't always directly comparable to the next. Then there's the human factor. Let's be honest, documentation isn't our strongest habit. Most site teams are focused on getting the work done, not on filling in digital forms or tagging data correctly. And even if they do record information, it might be inconsistent. Different formats, missing details, no timestamp. Before we even talk about collecting data, we need to standardize it. That means common naming convention like Uniclass or Omniclass, or even your own company-wide standards. For example, every wall, beam, and door should follow the same naming rule, not 10 different versions depending on who model it. Clear file structure. everyone on the project should know where things go, like drawings, RFIs, models, pictures, defining what gets recorded at each stage. For example, what exactly should be documented daily? Manpower, activities, RFIs, or quantities? What should be captured weekly? Progress pictures, inspection reports, material receipts. Once this is defined, it becomes a repeatable system across all your projects. Here are some practical ways companies are already doing it. Number one, using tablets for daily site logs and approvals instead of paper. Instead of chasing signature on printed forms, site engineers record activities, manpowers, and approvals digitally. This not only saves time, but also creates a time-stamped record, something AI can later use to identify patterns in productivity or delays. Number two, tagging materials with QR or RFID codes. Every bag of cement, every steel bundle, or equipment piece can be tagged to track its movement and usage across the site. It reduces theft, improves accountability, and generates structured logistic data, which helps AI forecast material demand or wastages. Number three, installing IoT sensors on equipments for real-time monitoring. These sensors can track machine usage, idle time, or fuel consumption. That data can then be analyzed to optimize operations or predict maintenance needs, even before breakdown happens. Number four, using drones to capture daily or weekly site progress. Drone imagery linked with 3D models or schedules gives an accurate, automated visual record of progress. Over time, this creates a database of how long certain activities actually take, which AI can use for future schedule prediction. Number five, linking BIM models to a common data environment. This keeps all stakeholders, designers, contractors, and client connected to the same source of information. Every time a drawing, model, or RFI is updated, it's logged automatically, creating a rich trail of project history. Each of these steps may seem small on its own, but together they form the digital backbone that future AI system will rely on. There's another critical angle we can't ignore: data ownership and security. As we adopt more cloud platforms and third-party tools, a lot of companies are unknowingly handing over their project intelligence or data to software vendors. Well, think about it. Your models, schedules, RFIs, and all your progress data, daily informations, all sitting on platforms you don't fully control. Sure, they make collaboration easy, but who really owns the data in the long run? If you stop using that platform tomorrow, can you take all your data with you in a usable format, or will it stay locked behind a proprietary ecosystem? This is exactly how social media platforms ended up owning user data. We gave them content and they built billion-dollar businesses around it. If we are not careful, construction could go the same way, where a handful of tech companies control the world's project data, just like Google and Microsoft dominate our digital lives today. And that's a serious risk, because whoever controls the data controls the insights, the predictions, and ultimately the decision-making power. That's why we need to start asking the right questions now. Where is our data stored? Who can access it? Can it be exported easily? Is it encrypted? And do we have a clear policy on data ownership in our contract? Data security isn't just about passwords and firewalls. It's about protecting your organization's intelligence, because in the age of AI, your data is your most valuable asset. I think construction companies should invest in their own tech teams moving forward. Here's something that often gets overlooked. If you don't build your own softwares or tools, someone else will own your project data. Today, most companies rely on third-party software for coordination, document sharing, and approvals. It's convenient, but over time, all your drawings, RFIs, models, and site records end up living inside someone else's ecosystem. And that's risky because the moment you stop paying for that platform or they change their terms, your access, your history, and sometimes even your insights can disappear. In other words, you're renting your own project data. That's why forward-thinking companies are now developing their own cloud-based collaboration systems. They don't need to reinvent the wheel, just create a secure digital space where all the project information flows through their servers. With your own platform, you decide where the data lives, who can access it, and how it's used. You can integrate BIM models, site photographs, schedules, and billing workflows, all while keeping the data ownership within your organization. Even small steps help, like customizing open source project management tools or using your own data storage for integration with commercial softwares. This isn't about trying to compete with big software companies. It's about protecting your organizational digital intelligence. Of course, technology alone isn't enough. There's always a human angle, and this is where many digital initiatives succeed or fail. Because you can have the best AI platform in the world, but if your site team aren't comfortable using tablets or logging information properly, you'll still end up with incomplete or inconsistent data. That's why digital literacy is becoming just as important as technical skills. Site engineers, supervisors, even foremen all need to understand the basic of data entry, tagging, and digital workflows. It's not about coding or programming, it's about using technology confidently as part of daily work. And then there's the management side. Leaders need to start trusting data-backed insights, not just gut feelings. It's a big cultural shift because for decades, decisions in construction have been made based on experience. Now that experience has to work with data, not against it, but this change can't happen overnight. Companies need to manage it gradually through training, mentoring, and communication. Now, once that solid data foundation is in place, that's when AI truly starts to shine. This is where all the buzzwords we keep hearing, predictive analysis, automation, digital twins, actually begin to mean something. AI can now start spotting early warning signs. For example, predicting delays before they happen by analyzing trends from past projects. Maybe it notices that whenever reinforcement drawings are delayed by more than 3 days, the next concrete pour gets pushed automatically and it alerts you in advance. It can also perform risk assessment and forecasting, helping you understand which activities, teams, or materials are most likely to cause bottlenecks and letting you take preventive action instead of firefighting later. Then there's schedule and logistics optimization. AI can compare thousands of scenarios in seconds, suggesting the most efficient resource sequence or delivery route to save time and cost. Imagine your project dashboard telling you activity X has a high risk of delay based on data from the last 20 similar projects. Let's be honest, AI won't fix construction overnight. No algorithm can magically solve years of inefficiencies, coordination issues, or fragmented workflows. But here's the thing, companies that start building their data strategy today will quietly position themselves to lead the industry in the next decade. Because AI isn't the starting point, it's the result of getting everything else right. Before chasing AI tools and fancy dashboard, every company should pause and ask, do we have clean, structured, and owned data to feed in? Do we control our digital foundation, or are we just retaining it from someone else? Well, on that note, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next one.